there's lots of ways that this can play out.
Another English player that could be on the move this summer is Jude Bellingham, and it probably comes as no surprise that a number of Premier League managers have been asked about the player in the most recent round of pre-match pressers, including Jurgen Klopp, who said, "I don't know why we talk about things we theoretically can't have. If a child says he wants a Ferrari for Christmas, you say we can't afford it and you can't drive." OK, where is he heading, Archie? Because there's so much talk about this, and it doesn't look like it's Liverpool, from what Klopp said.
Yeah, I think it tells you as much as anything what kind of price we're talking about for Jude Bellingham, which is upwards of 100 million, I think. And that immediately limits down, well, OK, who's going to be able to sign him? And the logical conclusions from that, I think, would be, or who can sign him right now, is Manchester City, Real Madrid. Chelsea have spent that money on Enzo Fernandez, but are not going to be playing Champions League football in all likelihood next season. So Manchester United potentially as well. At least they will be playing Champions League next season. So I think those are the options which are thinning down now for Jude Bellingham. I'm a little bit worried about his fitness because every week he seems to have an increasingly large amount of strapping on his leg. And given how young he is and how much he's played, I hope that he's able to make it through to the end of the season without sustaining any sort of injury which would scupper a move. But that's one thing I'd keep in mind is I hope he gets a big rest this summer. And he has looked a little bit burdened, I'd say, by all this transfer chatter with his performances recently. They've not been quite as good as they were before the World Cup, but still a stunning player who I'm not surprised that there is this level of interest in.
And Kieran, if you're Jude Bellingham and you have the choice to go and play for Manchester City or Real Madrid next season, what would you choose? Or what would you like to see?
I'd like to see City, although it pains me because it will make them just as strong, if not stronger, than they are already. I wouldn't want to see him go Madrid. I think that he's at an age where he's already done so much, and you don't want to see him go somewhere and not get as much game time. Not that he's not going to get a lot of game time at Madrid, but you know, there's two boys at Madrid right now in the middle of the park that look very good, and they're really young as well. So it's a shame that Liverpool haven't really got the cash, because it's just a big hole there that he can just fill, and it looks like he would just slot in nicely. But if I was going to choose it would have to be City.
Another big weekend in the Bundesliga coming up, with both Bayern and Dortmund playing at the same time once again. You'll be able to see both of those games with full wraparound coverage right here on ESPN Plus.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.